6. We're in a 40-day series on 40 things I'm learning in my 40s, inspired by the chapter 40 Things I Wish I'd Known at 40 by Robin Sharma in his book, The Everyday Hero. Fantastic book, definitely worth the read. But man, listen, there's something about the wisdom of leadership over time, evaluated leadership, evaluated experience. Wisdom is information that is accurately applied, information that is accurately applied. And we have a lot of information today, but we have a very, very drastic, very, very clear shortage of wisdom. And so what I'm trying to do over these 40 days, if you just share with you some of the most powerful nuggets of wisdom that I've learned in 20 years of leadership, in 20 years of leading people of all sorts, people who are very successful, people who are brand new into leadership and everywhere in between. And there's really, really some hard fought wisdom, some hard fought truth here that could save you a decade or two if you will apply it. And so today, the lesson that I want to give you is this, that working diligently without concern for the reward is the very behavior that brings the reward. Let me say that again. Working diligently without concern for the reward is the very behavior that produces the reward. In other words, working for the sake of being excellent or for the sake of doing something worthwhile, regardless of what we get for that thing, that is the spirit and the energy and the method by which all of the rewards come. When we're concerned about what we're going to get out of something, that hampers our ability to get that thing. But when we don't have concern for the outcome, only the quality of the inputs, that's when we have more than we could think, dream, or imagine on the other side of that. And I meet so many people, and their MO in life is, what is the least I can do to get what I want? Well, that's not how life works. Life does not reward people like that. Life does not reward that mindset. You might get a little bit, but you're never going to get what you're fully capable of, right? Great things, like think about like a Disney World or something, this dream and the amount of capital that had to go into that. Like that wasn't something that like started small and then like sort of grew over time. Like that was a huge undertaking. Somebody said, this matters to me and I'm going to build this amazing thing. And if you build it, they will come. If you build it, they will come. And so I'm going to share with you a couple of truths that I've learned that will help you here. Number one is inputs are more important than outcomes. If we focus only on the outcome, that focus does nothing to help us achieve that outcome. But when we focus on the inputs, the things that go into making the life that we want, the things that go into achieving the goal that we want, when we focus on those things, when we stop focusing on how many pounds we're down, and we start focusing on, did I do my cardio today? And did I meet my calorie limit? When we focus on those things, we lose the pounds automatically. Just wishing for the pounds to come off doesn't help. But working at the things that make that happen, working on the inputs instead of focusing on the outcomes, is the very thing that creates the outcomes that we want. Sort of counterintuitive, right? Most people want to focus on the thing they want. You got to focus on the stuff that gets you what you want. Inputs are greater than outcomes. Next is internal victories will always precede external ones. Internal victories will always precede external victories. What does that mean? It means that we're going to be winning on the inside first before it is evident to people on the outside. We're going to have a lot of internal victories. We're going to conquer ourselves. We're going to conquer our fears. We're going to get some consistency. We're going to start winning on the inside long before it is evidenced on the outside. And that's okay. But most people, it's like, if you didn't take a picture at the gym, did you really go? Right? And the answer is, yeah, you for sure win. Just because you didn't document that doesn't mean it didn't exist. And in fact, the documenting being there is not as important as being there and doing the work. In fact, I would submit to you, if you went every day and you did the work and you never documented it, eventually you'd have the results you want. If you went every day and documented that you were there, but you didn't do the work, if you were focused on the outcome, focused on the image, focused on what other people might think about you instead of the thing that you should do, you're not going to get what you want. Internal victories will always precede external ones. So the third thing that I want to teach you here is a statement that I love, and it is this. It is, the man who loves to walk will walk further than the man who loves the destination. The man who loves to walk will walk further than the man who loves the destination. What does that mean? If we're destination focused, when we get to that destination, we stop moving. And there are so many people who are limited by last year's wins. because they stopped growing. They were destination focused instead of process focused. They were destination focused instead of input focused. And so when they got there, when they dreamed too small and achieved those dreams, there was not a new dream there. There wasn't a love for the craft, a love for the game, a love for excellence, a love for being great, a love for self-discipline and growth. There wasn't those things. They just loved the outcome. The problem with that is once you got the outcome, it stops motivating you. But the person that loves to walk will keep walking even after they hit that destination. Like, wow, this is a beautiful destination. Okay, but this is a mile marker. This is just a rest stop because I love walking more than I love this place. And so now I'm going to walk to the next place and the place after that and the place following that. And all of a sudden, our life is richly rewarded because we didn't stop at place 1. We got to experience places 1 through 100. Why? Because we love to walk more than we love the destination. The lesson here is this, that working diligently without concern for the rewards is the very behavior that brings the rewards. How good are you at your craft? Are you working diligently to be excellent? Or are you just working so that you can get what you want? Like what is the least amount of excellence I could have and still have the life that I want? Well, that's not going to work, my friend. That's not going to help you get where you want to go. Learn to love the game. Learn to love the game. And then every day feels like play because it's a game to you. It's not work. We don't have destination disease. We're not tyrannized by how much longer is it going to take? How much longer do I have to do these things? See, when we focus on the work itself, we operate in a mentality of get to. Like, I get to perfect my craft today. I get to show up and be better than I was. I get to make meaningful progress. I get to make an impact and a difference versus do I have to? How much longer? When am I going to be there? Right? It's like being on a road trip with a kid. For those of you who have kids, like, oh, are we there yet? Okay. Versus somebody who just loves to drive. Remember when you were a kid and you first got your driver's license? You just loved to drive. It didn't matter where you were going. You're like, hey, I'm taking the car. Where are you going? I don't know. We're going cruising. That's what we used to do. We'd go cruising around, right? Because we just loved to drive. We didn't care where we were going. We love to drive. Okay. And so we want to approach life that way. We want a direction of where we're going, but we want to learn to love the game of life, not just the wins of life. Because here's the truth. You're going to spend a lot more time in the game of life than you are on the pedestal accepting your gold medal. Those are moments, but the minutia is the thing that makes those moments come together. Right? Okay. And so this is, guys, this is good wisdom for successful living. This is good wisdom for joy and happiness in your life, as well as massive achievement, not in spite of or in place of, but together with. It makes the things that we achieve that much more powerful because not only did we achieve them, but we learn to love the path and the process along the way. If we're going to achieve things, we might as well love what we're doing to get there and love how we're doing it. And that's not an outside thing. That's an inside thing. That's a decision. I'm going to learn to love the process, not just the promise. And when I love the process, then I don't grow weary in well-doing. I don't run out of energy. I don't burn out. I don't become dejected and demoralized when things are not moving there. It's like, hey, this is an opportunity for me to grow. This is a fun detour on the road to where I'm going. I can't wait to see what this brings me. I can't wait to see what I acquire from this. What a great way to live, right? And so, guys, listen, I spent a lot of my life outcome focused. And what I found is when I got to them, they were like mirages. I remember telling Jess that. We had a really, really big goal that we worked at for a long time. And literally the night we hit it, I was like, I was expecting it to feel different. I was expecting fireworks and things from heaven coming down, and it was just like another day. And I remember saying to her, like this is super anticlimactic. Number one, it's almost like a mirage. It's like this thing that I thought was there, I got there, and then it just dissipated in front of me. And what I learned was life was far too short and far too important to spend obsessing about an outcome only, instead of learning to love the pathway and to be present in that pathway to your promise. And when you do those things, then you really become unstoppable. Then you go so much further than even you could think, dream, or imagine. That is the key to great and successful living. So listen, I hope this helped you. If this helped you, can you do me a favor? 2 things. Number one, just smash that share button. share this to a group, share it to a friend, tag some people in it. And secondly, I've got a new book coming out soon, 12 Words That Change Everything. It is going to be absolute fire. In the upper left-hand corner here, there's a QR code. We are building out our launch team now. And I'm going to tell you right now, you're hearing it here first. Nobody has heard this yet. On the 22nd of this month, April the 22nd, which is a Tuesday night, I am doing a free webinar on 12 words that change everything. We're going to be communicating in the launch team soon. It is going to be, I'm going to deep dive into a couple chapters, and you're going to have the first look and the exclusive content coming out of this book. It is going to be so powerful. And I'm going to invite you to join me there. Keep your ears open for the registration links. It is going to be free. And the book is not going to launch on that date. It's coming out a couple of weeks after. So it'll be like first week or so of May. But you're going to have the opportunity to get it on pre-sale. For those of you with big teams, you're going to have an opportunity to get like massive discounts on bulk orders. But more importantly than that, you're going to imagine a great book, and if you could just ask the author of that book a few questions, you can see where it came from or why they wanted to write it, or even better, to get some of the intricacies and the things put together out of the mind of the person that created it. So you're not just reading and having experience, but you're getting like this unduplicatable event where now when you read that thing, it's like, man, I've got a totally different perspective on this. It becomes that much more powerful. That's what we're going to be doing. So join me for that. All you need to do is register there. It's totally free. And I can't